This is the major development or major assignment template. I've uploaded it and made it available, but I am going to probably modify it slightly, but this is broadly what you're going to be expected. So I've put here major development template, team names, yada, yada, yada. Okay, please don't present this exactly as I have done because it's very messy and needs fixing. I have given you subheadings for all of the things that I expect for this assignment. And underneath it in italics, I have put what I expect in each one. Site descriptions, I might actually move stakeholders up, but anyway, into introduction. I don't know why I've got 1.1. I can already see that I have to change it because my headings is in the incorrect numerical order. Introduction should have been 1, not 2. Anyway, apart from that, I'll fix that. That's just the minor typo. So by all means, leave that the same, the major heading. But what I've put in italics in blue afterwards, please don't leave it in your report. Otherwise, I'll take marks off you for that. And each one I'm going to go through. Name of the developer and project. Well, that's given to you in the assignment instructions. All of that's given to you in the assignment instructions. Location of the site. What I want there's the address and the lot and plan, and probably the local government or the area where it is too. Description, what is the project? You can take it straight off the assignment instructions, maybe make it a bit more readable and not put in dot points. Legislation, ideally in a table. And I'll tell you how to do all of this. What you need to do, and I'm going to go through this in detail, but you go into Queensland Globe and you go into the planning scheme and you find if there's any state or local government and federal legislation. I've said I need to include federal legislation too, that will apply and must be addressed. So say, for example, if there's remnant ecosystems under the Vegetation Management Act, you would put Vegetation Management Act, remnant ecosystems. Are there any alternative to the project? There's always a no development alternative. So say your alternative is for 50 townhouses, and another alternative might be for 20 townhouses, or indeed you could have for 100 townhouses. A table of where you've got the information sources, and that might include the Australian Bureau of Statistics, the Bureau of Meteorology, Queensland Globe, Queensland State Government, even federal government. Who are your stakeholders? Stakeholders are government agencies, neighbours, Indigenous groups, conservation groups, etc. What groups will you consult with? What methods and how will you report back to them? Now this is the most important, the detailed site description. And here I'm looking for a map. So describe the site, including the topography, and highlight and identify any significant features. And you can find all of this on the, you can put it in one map, in two maps, however many. Project-specific matters. Environmental values. Are there any significant environmental values? You can find all of this on Queensland Globe. I'm going to go through all of these in detail, okay? Protected areas, is it near any national parks? I don't think there are any, but there might be. Climate, what is the climate of the area? What is the land? Is there any acid sulfate soils? What's the tenure of the site? Water quality, water resources, flooding, stormwater runoff. Flora and fauna, are there any remnant ecosystems? Sure, citing is spelled correctly. Biosecurity, is there anything that the project will have on the sped of press? Now, I'm not looking for hugely detailed things for here. For all of these, like for each of the major sections, probably half a page will suffice. A lot of stuff, if there's a lot of data, put it in a table. Is there any impacts on the coastal environment? If it's nowhere near the coast, well, then don't put any. So you don't have to put anything, if any of those. Hazards and safety. Cultural heritage, are there any cultural heritage sites? This is quite important, socioeconomic transport. I see I've spelled existing wrong there. So I'm going to edit this slightly. I've given you an appendix with glossaries that you can use. It's not formatted, so please format it properly. Also with some references that you can use on different legislation, which might come in useful, and you can put it into your report. If you put it into your report, don't put it into the final thing unless you put it in text. Only put references you've used.